Back when the word CD-ROM was used unironically, that's how you played your best games. The ones I typically played over and over again were usually either Scooby-Doo related or Magic School Bus related, but the one that I played the most was Detective Barbie, because I'm a stereotypical girl and goddamn it, I'm allowed to act like one. It's called The Mystery of the Carnival Caper, and the plot of it was that Ken gets kidnapped and a whole bunch of charity money gets stolen. Barbie's got to follow the clues around the carnival to figure out who did it. Meanwhile, you're chasing a shadowy figure. Her smart friend Becky, who's essentially the Velma of the group, helps you out. And the culprit's either one of two people, based on the programming of the game. It's usually either a magician named Madame Wanda or this gatekeeper who, not gonna lie, I don't really remember all that well. But there were options. Then sometimes you would chase the culprit, who's this shadowy figure, around the park and have to play carnival games to try and capture said person. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna sound really dumb, but the shadowy figure gave me nightmares as a kid. I found it really creepy looking. I'm not as creepy as Kino from Storytime, but up there. But now looking back, the graphics are very early CG, and it's kind of funny by today's standards. But it's the nostalgia goggles. I do have a soft spot for bad 90s, early 2000s CGI. So it's cool to follow the clues. I liked the playthrough. And I liked, spooky, an abandoned carnival is already a creepy setting. It kind of felt like a Scooby-Doo game, but if it's just Velma and Daphne solving the mystery and Fred's the one who gets kidnapped all the time, that's kind of what it's like. But it's a good trade-off. It's still a fun story. It's a fun way to put yourself in it. And one of the innovations at the time, I'm not being sarcastic in a bad way, it's kind of funny by today's standards, but one of the innovations was that Barbie said your name if you typed it in. It's really awkward when it happens, because whoever did the recording just leaves long pauses so she can address you. It sounds robotic, but it's kind of fun too, because it's like, oh my god, she says your name! And that was awesome for me as a kid, so it's still awesome. It's like finding your name on a keychain if you have one of those common enough names. So I do have I will admit, here's another dumb thing. A couple years ago, I did do a rewatch of someone doing a playthrough of the game on YouTube, and it was really fun to see. I remember liking the score. It's kind of, the whole atmosphere of Detective Barbie it does have a bit of a Scooby-Doo vibe. I thought, maybe a little creepier than a generic episode of Scooby-Doo. Well, I've heard some of the newest versions can get creepy, but this was I liked that campy spookiness. I don't like straight up horror, but I don't like super cutesy either. I like a good mix of spooky and campy, and this was one of those things that drew me in. Scooby-Doo was another one. Interesting enough, I never watched Goosebumps. I will watch that soon. Someone did recommend it. I just got too lazy tonight and got caught up in a whole bunch of other things, so I didn't have the time or the energy. I got focused on other stuff. I'm sorry. That's no excuse. It will happen. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing my Angela Anaconda rewatch, and then I'll get to Goosebumps Sunday. How about that? So, yeah, Detective Barbie. I thoroughly enjoyed it.